Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Lucky 7. A top election expert from the University of Virginia says that the number 7 may not be Mr. Obama's lucky number in the coming 2012 election because 7 states may determine the outcome. LifeSite News reports political scientist Larry Sabato says in his column for the Wall Street Journal that unlike 2008, the, quote, the emerging general election contest gives every sign of being highly competitive, end quote. Sabato's analysis says Republicans are in command of 24 states with 206 electoral votes, but as things stand, Democrats are good for 19 states and 247 electoral votes, making the states Colorado, Florida, Iowa, Nevada, New Hampshire, Ohio, and Virginia all extremely important because they were originally pro-life swing states that went for George Bush, that Obama managed to flip during his election year. You can read the full article about Larry Sabato's analysis on our resource page by clicking the link right outside the screen. India's Catholics persecuted. The persecution of Catholics in India escalates as noises in the night drew nearby Catholics to their cathedral, only to find burned vestments, destroyed confessionals, and a desecrated altar. The district magistrate says St. Peter and Paul Cathedral was broken into by 2 youths around 8 p.m. who set the 105-year-old church on fire. A priest serving at the cathedral, Father Davis George, says Hindus are trying to gain political traction by attacking churches, and reports from Fides News confirm that just last week 20 masked men broke into another Catholic church, giving it the same treatment as the cathedral. The Bishop of Quilon told the news service he is, quote, concerned that as Christians we are exposed to the growth of different religious extremism, especially that of Hindu, but also Muslim background, end quote. You can read the full story on our resource page by clicking the link right over here. Saint Death. While many Americans are concerned about Islamic jihad and its attacks, especially after 9/11, a report from the U.S. Foreign Military Studies Office is pointing out another threat just as awful, that of Santa Muerte. Pajamas Media says that the Mexican cult is found in gangs and associated with crime in major cities all across America, and devotees claim the devil worship originated with the Aztecs. Drug cartels in South America are known to worship Santa Muerte as well, skinning kidnapped victims alive as sacrifices to her and building altars out of their body parts. According to one Mexican author, Santa Muerte is a, quote, virgin saint in the religion of crime, who protects criminals from betrayal and ambush. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Fined for voting? Polish members of parliament who recently voted in favor of banning abortion in their country are being fined for, quote, voting against party lines. Before the vote, which took place last week, the largest governing coalition member ordered party discipline, which it rarely does on ideological issues, according to LifeSite News, forcing members to reject the pro-life bill or be fined. However, several members of the party ignored the order and voted against the bill's rejection, including one who says, quote, I voted against the rejection of the bill because it was a civic project supported by 600,000 citizens, end quote. Polish parliamentary elections are scheduled for October 9th, and the organization behind the abortion ban, Pro Foundation, says they will be publicly certifying lawmakers on how pro-life and pro-family they are after these recent developments. Condemning a cure. A Polish medical campus is canceling a conference on psychological therapy for same-sex attraction following the demands of homosexual activists. The conference, scheduled for September 16th, was to feature Dr. Joseph Nicolosi of the National Association for Research and Therapy of Homosexuality, who helps those with unwanted homosexual attraction conquer their disordered urges. The Medical School Foundation initially gave approval for the event, even telling critics, quote, "Reparative therapy is a scientific theory like any other. When Louis Pasteur spoke about the existence of bacteria, no one believed him," end quote. The major newspaper that covered the cancellation in Poland cited the American Psychological Association, which, quote, "expresses concern about the effects of treatment for same-sex attraction," end quote, once again collapsing human identity into a sexual orientation. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael discusses the fact that time is just plain running out. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.